I'm Raquel, and Editora LIRE asked me to come here today to introduce you to another episode of this amazing series called A Better World in Every Page. Do you know this book? It's called Building Castles. Have you ever built sandcastles? Have you ever felt so agitated that it seemed like there was this rough sea inside yourself? And how many times have we been through things in life that it felt like there was a storm inside ourselves? At times like that, we can't see anything, can we? So how can we transform this rough, agitated sea into a calm, happy place? Julia went through something like that when she was building sandcastles at the beach. Let's find out what happened.
Building Castles, a book by Renata Antunes and Evaristo Braga. Illustrated by Juliana Góes. Julia is playing with her best friend. They are enjoying the sun that warms them up and the sea breeze that cools them down. It is a quiet playtime. The silence says much about the meaning of that moment. Suddenly, everything changes. Julia's brother comes running from the sea so excitedly that he steps on the two girls' sandcastle, destroying it all. The sun is still shining outside, but inside Julia, a storm is about to start. She gets very angry. Noticing the problem, her father quickly suggests a walk to the rocks. On the way, they see children playing. They spot a turtle and a starfish. Julia's sky begins to clear up. It is as if she's free to smile again. Julia, do you see how calm the sea is today? Her father asks. It is indeed really peaceful to look at the sea in such calm conditions. It is nice to just sit there watching it. Now, imagine if it was very angry. Did you know that when the sea is rough, we cannot see fish, starfish, or crabs? That's because the rough sea stirs up the sand, right, Dad? Yes, little one, that's why. They stay there enjoying that moment until her father has an idea. Let's go back and invite everybody to have some ice cream. Julia goes back skipping. Her father is watching her with much joy. Upon their arrival, Julia sees her brother and remembers the little problem they had earlier on. She looks at his face and for some reason remembers the calm, clean sea. She remembers what happened inside herself and thinks of the rough sea. She looks at the calm sea again and feels a great wish to hug her brother. She feels like laughing and crying at the same time. She does not know why, but she feels very happy. Building castles, watching the endless sea, I've been able to see what I've got inside me. I've found something new. I'm so happy it's true. In Mother Nature you will find what is in your heart and mind. And if you pay attention, surprise is what you will find.
Did you like it? I loved it. My internal sea got really happy and excited as I heard the story, just like Julia's. I've learned so many things. I'm going to tell you a few. Our internal world can be a peaceful and calm sea. Suddenly, something happens, the serenity changes, and this sea becomes messy and confusing. I've learned that when my mind is serene, I can see and feel beautiful things, just like when the sea is crystal clear. I'm sure you've also learned many important things. In fact, I'm here now to tell you that we have a super special guest. It's Renata Evaristo. But who is Renata and why is she here? Renata is the author of this book. Shall we meet her?
Hello everyone, I am Renata, the author of the book Building Castles, and I am a fan of Editora LIRE's books. I have a son who's 2 years old, and he loves it when I read these books to him. We both learn a lot from them, which is why I'm really happy to be a part of this series.
How did you come up with the idea for this book? How did you feel when you were writing it?
Well, I came up with the idea for this book when I took part of a children's literature contest, and this contest encouraged me to look back at my childhood memories, and I tried to find something worth sharing, something meaningful. And I felt really good about it because I liked the idea that this story could help people start exploring their inner seas and discovering the treasures and beauties in their inner seas.
Why did you name the book Building Castles?
Why did I name the book Building Castles? Well, let's think about it together. What are castles like? They are usually big, beautiful places where the royalty lives, right? And so I thought that the more we learn about this inner world, this inner sea we have, the more we become entitled to the throne, let's say, of this inner world.
What was this story inspired by? Have you ever experienced something similar?
Well, this story is inspired by this memory from my childhood. See, I have a brother, and he's much younger than me. He's 7 years younger, in fact. And besides being younger, he and I are very different from each other. I've always liked quiet games like puzzles and block building, and he always liked more agitated activities. So one day I was building a city with blocks, and he decided he was this gigantic creature who came and destroyed the city I was building. And I guess you can imagine, I didn't feel good about that at all. I didn't feel happy at all. Looking back, I realized that when I get angry, as an adult, I still get angry. And when I get angry, it seems like all the beauties in my inner sea, they disappear. Beauties such as the love I have for someone, or maybe the decision I made of trying to become more patient. And it's much like in the book when the sea is rough and it stirs the sand and you cannot see anything that's in the water.
The illustrations are really beautiful. How did you choose the illustrator?
I love the illustrations of the book. I think they are so delicate and they really help tell the story. I didn't choose the illustrator though. Remember, I took part in a literary contest, so the people behind this literary contest, they read the story, they reviewed it, and they did so many things, one of which was choosing the illustrator.
It was great meeting you, Renata. I wonder if you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. I'm sure you have. Well, you can't miss the last activity we have in store for you today. How about we learn to make a Serenity bottle? Do you know what that is? Don't worry, I'll show you. But wait a minute, what if someone can't follow everything? Don't worry, we found a solution. The video with this cool activity will be available on our Instagram and YouTube channel. Enjoy it. Shall we start?
Hello everybody. Today we're gonna make a Serenity bottle. How does that sound? Look what we've got here. We've got colored EVA sheets, scissors, colored glitter in various shapes, beads, sequins, a pen, another kind of glitter, food coloring. I'm going to begin this activity making the little fishes. I'm going to use a mold that I made by hand, and with a pen I'm going to trace on one of the EVA sheets. I'll trace very carefully and very carefully. Good. And with these blunt scissors, I'm going to cut them out. I can cut many fishes in different color, shape, and size. Look how pretty they turned out. Now I'm going to decorate my bottle. The first thing I'm going to do is fill it up with water. I'm going to do it very slowly and carefully so it doesn't spill. I didn't fill it up too much so that I can add all the elements I want to add in the bottle. I'm going to start with the beads that will represent the pebbles at the bottom of the sea. If you drop it, pick it up and put it in the bottle. Then the glitter that will represent the sand of the sea. Next, the little stars that will represent the starfish. Put as many as you think will look good. Then the sequins that will represent the seaweed and the flowers at the bottom of the sea. There. Now I'm going to put the fishes that we cut out so carefully. I'm going to put them in one by one. Nice. Now I'm going to close the bottle. There. And shake it to mix all the elements inside. If I shake it very quickly, we can't recognize anything. That's how Julia's inner world looked, very messy. But if we shake it slowly, we can see everything. The starfish, the flowers. That's how we look when we are serene. Everything in its right place. To make it look even prettier, we can add 1 or 2 drops of food coloring. This one here is edible. When we mix it slowly, There, the food coloring blends in the water and makes it bluer. If we shake it really hard, very quickly, everything gets messy. And that's what our thoughts do to us. They make us angry, sad and grumpy. If we shake it slowly, we can calm our mind and we can observe all the elements. Beautiful and happy, isn't it? I have made 2 bottles with the materials I had here. One with more elements and one with less. Now we can share and play with a friend. We can tell them Julia's story at the beach and watch us learn with her dad.
Did you like that idea? I'm very excited to make my own bottle. Just like in the book, it's going to remind me of the image of the sea so I can have happier experiences in the future. Our show is coming to an end, and I would like to thank everyone for being here. I hope you have learned and enjoyed as much as I have. Now, make sure you follow us on our socials and visit us on Instagram so you don't miss the next episode. Bye, kiddos. I hope to see you next time.